I've been playing Minecraft for the greater part of 11 years, and this is the very first time that I am beating the Ender Dragon with anything less than diamond armor. The main reason being is because I'm usually afraid that the Ender Dragon will just kill me, but I have beaten two Ender Dragons that have been juiced up as heck. So how hard can the regular Ender Dragon be? Let me just beat it the way normal people do it instead of going and spending about 3 hours grinding for diamonds. Anyways, this is the video. Oh yeah, I spawned in a mesa, which is by far the greatest biome to spawn in. Actually, to be honest, they could be a worse biome. I could have spawned in a desert or a swamp. Yeah, a mesa isn't all that bad because there's cold. But instead of getting that cold on the side, instead, I just grabbed the stuff in the chest and then I ran away. Yeah, I'm watching this in editing and I still feel bad about that. I didn't know exactly how I was gonna do this video, but I decided instead of doing live commentary where I'd be distracted, let me just focus, which is something I need in this video, and talk about random stuff as a voiceover as I edit this video. So I recently graduated university. Well, not recently, I graduated like in November. That was 6 months. That was 6 months. Holy shit. I'm beginning to feel old. Well, yeah, it's been 6 months. Most of my friends are in internship. Well, they're not in internship, actually, that's a lie. They're still at home, just like me. All they do is wake up, eat, sleep, repeat. Oh yeah, and watch movies in the middle and maybe play games. Literally the same thing I'm doing, but they're not doing it in the productive way that I am doing. It's not even because they don't want to find internships or whatever. It's just that getting internships is so hard. Currently, companies are doing this scummy thing where instead of just hiring people like how they're supposed to normally hire people, is that they hire interns and then underpay interns. Therefore, they're going to be saving a shit ton of money because interns can do exactly what these people do. Some may even argue that interns can do things better than these people can because they've got kind of like new knowledge. So let's say if there are maybe 3 groups, hardware, software, and networking in a company, they just hire about 20 interns and then divide them among those 3 people. Instead of paying 6 people 200 grand a month, they just pay 3 people 200 grand a month, and the rest of the money is saved, and they pay interns a really small amount of money, like about $800 per month, sometimes even less than that, sometimes even 500. It's actually so horrible because this is IT. It's supposed to be superior and shit. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. Anyways, enough about those people. So I had my internship later last year, and I don't know, it was pretty cool, to say the least, for the most part. Right, I didn't even go the full. It was a 3-month internship. Okay, it was more of an industrial attachment. If you don't know the difference, an industrial attachment is basically tied to like your university grade, and an internship is basically just what you do after you've already graduated, or maybe when you're awaiting graduation. I don't fucking know. Okay, at least that's how it works here. Wait, over here I was running away from like the drowned with the tridents, and I was running away. I thought it was just one drowned with one trident, and it was shooting those tridents so fast. I was quite literally so confused. I was like, how is it doing that? And there was nothing that pissed me off more than the gold sword. It is so horrible. The attack damage is quite literally in the negatives. Oh yeah, and as I was running, it just kept on hitting me over and over and over again. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna run this way, and it just kept shooting at me. And I was like, you know what, I am gonna go ahead, climb up this mountain, and I'm gonna peek and see exactly how is this drown shooting me. And as I peek over the mountain, I of course can see the ground that's shooting me in the water, and I'm like, how is you shooting tridents that fast? And then I see another one at the side. Quick jump scare. Yeah, it was quite weird. Anyways, where was I with the story? So I went for a 3-month industrial attachment. That's 12 weeks specifically. I only went for 10 weeks. And I have very good reasoning behind that. So basically in my industrial internship, industrial attach, oh my god, these words are confusing. In my industrial attachment, everything was supposed to be like super nice, super cool, you know. Actually, it was nice for the most part up to this 10-week part. All right, I met about 6 people that we were working with. Yeah, 6 people that we were working with, plus 2 who were our supervisors. And basically there were 2 offices that we could work from, like 2 points. And we liked going to the second office because we got a shit ton of compensation plus the allowance that we were owed every single week that we completed a certain task. So when we had about 2 weeks left, there was this guy who just came into our office one day. We were just chilling, me and the boys, right? We had already been assessed and graded and everything, and we were like, we're just gonna stay around because we think that we're not doing anything at home anyway, so we're just gonna stay here and see how shit are. If people need help, we're gonna help them, right? And people, our work wasn't even that hard. Someone is like, oh my god, my printer ain't working, and we're like, okay, we're gonna help you with the printer. We find out that the cartridge is over, right? There was a photocopier that you had to kick it really hard in order for it to start printing because it just had something. You kick it and it start working. I don't remember exactly. So those are the kind of shits that we were doing there. And for the most part, it was super good. All right, so 10 weeks down, we were chilling in the office. Oh my god, I really deviated there. We are just chilling in the office, doing nothing, not much. And then there's this guy who comes to the office and he's like, hi, how you doing? So you see, basically the bosses say that there's a guy who came to the office and then he greeted him in a manner that he doesn't find very respectful to him. And he told me to come here and tell you all to never do that again. And we were like, but it's not us. The reason we knew it's not us is because the boss said that this guy came to the office at around 7 in the morning and greeted him that way. Now, I didn't do it because I only greet people who were like around my desk and maybe the cleaners and the cooks as I came through the corridors. And the two other people who were with me, they clocked in at 10:30 a.m. All right, they clocked in at 10:30 and I showed up at 9 a.m. So to be honest, that was enough to absolve me of that. But it was like, all right, I just came to tell you that. And then after he left, this boss man came. And let me tell you, I have never seen an adult man act worse than my. I actually don't know how old my sister is, but she is very young. But this dude acted like a toddler. He came in throwing a tantrum, like, oh my god, you guys are very disrespectful. How dare you do this? Who came inside the office? We were like, it wasn't us. Don't lie to me. And we were like, okay, bro, what the fuck do you actually want? We didn't exactly say that, but we thought it in our heads. He was like, okay, first of all, from next week, all of you are gonna come to the office and gonna show up in a full suit and tie. But we're like, we are IT personnel. He's like, I don't care. And we're like, which boss are you? He's like, I'm the HR boss. But you gotta listen to me. Like, but IT, we were told our dress code is different. You can literally come in a shirt and jeans with sneakers. It was like, I don't care who told you that. Well, like, the director, and it was like, I don't care about the director. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call him right now and talk to him. And he ranted about a bunch of other stuff, and we basically stopped listening halfway and we're like, okay, this guy is just on a major power trip. And basically after that conversation, we're like, we've been assessed, so there's basically not much you're doing here. We're done here, right? And we basically agreed on being done there, and we're like, I was like, from next week I'm not gonna show up, so y'all better not show up. And then when they ask you about my whereabouts, you say that I said I didn't show up. You'll also stop showing up because you've literally been assessed. There's really nothing you're benefiting from here. Right? They may see you benefiting from work experience, but I find that to be bullshit. So yeah, basically from the next week, we never showed up there again. And I remember telling this to my mom, and she was like, oh, there are so many bosses. Like for every 10 bosses, at least 4 are that stupid. Right? 4 are that stupid, 2 are super cool, and the other 4 are just strictly professional. You know, they just do normal boss stuff. They've come, they clock into work, they do work stuff, and then they leave. All right. Wait, what part of the video am I? Oh my god, we've covered 9 minutes and I haven't even gotten to the Nether. I really need to chop some parts here. Oh yeah, here, this was the first time I was. Okay, not the first time I was building this portal. I built it in one of my older videos, but I didn't have any diamond tools, so I could not like mine the obsidian, so I had to try and remember exactly how to build a speedrunner portal, and that was kind of alright. A mistake kind of happened in the middle, but eventually I completed the portal, the Nether portal. Did I say the Ender portal? I actually don't remember. I completed the portal and we entered the Nether. Oh yeah, so the Nether was by far the weirdest part of this entire run because getting blaze rods was actually super easy because after trading with a piglin, I managed to get a potion of fire resistance, and the blazes were pretty much easy work. The real problem came with getting ender pearls because I spent about 35 minutes getting 16 ender pearls, and just when I was about to finish is when the enderman decided, oh, we're gonna spawn in droves now, and I'm like, okay man. I'll not start another story, but there probably wouldn't be enough time to say it, so I decided ultimately to just throw the eye. And the reason I got 16 eyes is because I usually have insanely bad RNG in Minecraft for the most part. Like, the spawns usually are nice, but when it comes to stuff like throwing ender eyes, they will break after them one by one until I'm left with none. That's why I got 16. And you see, I just followed the eye. I took about 20 minutes locating the stronghold, and then finally entered the end. That dragon fight was fairly alright for the most part. I had some totally not very many close calls. So basically what I was doing, I built this shelter in order to be able to farm endermen for ender pearls because I don't trust my water bucket skills. But the dragon is like, nope, you gotta stop camping there, you gotta leave. And apparently there's an enderman that I had aggroed and I could not even stop. So I placed a water bucket to try and dissuade it. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna heal up. But you know what happened? It wouldn't be a funny video without some mishap. The dragon is like, nope, get out of there. Your vacation plans are fully cancelled. So I get away, I run around a bit. I see that my platform still has some dragon breath in it. I circle this place and I'm like, maybe now the dragon breath is gone. And surely it was gone. So I ran back to my hidey hole like a little rat. One, please tell me why the dragon refuses to perch even for just 5 seconds. I land one hit and it's like, alright, you've landed enough hits for a lifetime, you're gonna go to the stratosphere. And this happened every single time. That was probably the most hits that I've landed on this dragon, this entire dragon fight. That took 35. Wait, no, it didn't take 35. It took 25 minutes, which is decent, to be honest. I'm normally a very careless Minecraft player. I'm always taking unnecessary damage and shit. Like, you see, it's gonna try ahead and perch again. And do you think I'll be able to learn a single hit? No, it won't even let me in there. I probably just spoiled, but let me stop blaming the dragon. All in all, I managed to beat the Ender Dragon, and that was it. My very first time beating the Ender Dragon with anything less than diamond armor, aka iron armor. I mean, it was pretty alright, but I am never doing this again. Every single time I'm beating the Ender Dragon, I'm gonna be grinding to full diamond gear. This was very stressful because I actually have to play the game. This is actually meant to be a filler video as I work on my next big video that is quite lengthy. It's taking me more than 2 weeks to make that video, so I decided to make this one so that I can keep my channel a bit alive, because it seems I was a bit shadow banned, but I'm gonna grow it back from the dead. Anyways, I will see you guys next week. Have a nice one.